Hello, everybody. Welcome to License Plate to Loyalty, how to use LPR to increase retail engagement. I'm Eli. I'm out here in New York City on the Spot AI growth team. And our team is located in California, Utah, and some remote people like myself. We also have car washes from all across the country in the room today. So feel free to comment in the chat where you're calling in from, and that would be great. We can see some of the different places that people are. Sarah, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Bruff. I am the Senior Product Marketing Manager at Rinsed. I'm located in Austin, Texas, and I'm excited to join in today.
Totally. So just a quick overview or a quick notes about this event. Feel free to use the chat. So ask any questions or comments, etc. in the chat over here. And then any private questions that you may have, you can put in the questions tab. And we're excited to go through this integration and some of the use cases with you today. So jumping into things, Sarah, you want to go through the agenda for the day?
Yeah. We're going to kick things off with a quick overview of both the Spot AI and Rinsed platforms so you can all be more familiar with the services that we provide. Next, we'll introduce all the wonderful speakers that will be on our live demo today. We'll then move on to a high-level overview of what this integration exactly entails and its benefits to your wash. Following that, we'll do a deep dive into the Rinsed platform, where we'll explore the Spot AI dashboard and retail campaigns that can be easily set up as a result of this integration. Lastly, we'll wrap things up with a Q&A. Just like Eli was saying, feel free to put your questions within the chat, and we'll answer them at the end of this session.
Sounds good. All right. So quick background about Spot AI. I know some of you are customers or have seen us before at ICA or in other places, but background for those of you who may be a little bit less familiar. We're the AI camera system for car washes, and we equip car washes with video-driven insights to address issues, improve processing times, resolve damage claims, improve productivity, and maximize revenue. So things like cases to resolve damage claims quickly, or vehicle idle time dashboards to compare and improve processing times across locations. We work with some of the top car washes across the country and are really happy to be partnered with many of you here today. All right, and then Sarah, you want to give a quick background on Rinsed? I think many people here are also familiar, but also some are less familiar. So feel free to give a background on Rinsed.
Yeah, I'd love to. So Rinsed is the car wash CRM. We help car washes grow and retain their memberships. Rinsed does this in a few different ways, including reducing churn, increasing online sales, automating marketing, membership management, and providing actionable business insights and data. Rinsed integrates directly with the car wash point of sale and website, so all of your customer data, marketing tools, and business metrics are in one easy-to-use platform. And we are excited to now have this integration with Spot AI to be a part of our current feature set.
Yep, and we're really excited too about this. To go into more depth about it, we're going to have David Burton, the director of sales at Rinsed, go through the integration at a high level and what this means for both Spot AI and Rinsed customers. We'll also have Gabe and Sammy go through some of the specifics about what this looks like in the Rinsed dashboard, and also what campaign creation with this integration looks like. And then finally, for the Q&A, Sarah and Julie will hop back in the room and go through some of your questions that you may have. And I think Sarah and I will hop out for the discussion of the integration. But David, feel free to hop in, and we can kind of go through what this actually looks like and what it means for our customers, the things that we're really excited about here.
Perfect. Thanks, Eli. Welcome, everyone. Like both Sarah and Eli mentioned, we're really excited about this integration with Spot AI. So essentially, this integration is going to come at no additional cost for members of both Rinsed and Spot AI, which is amazing. With this integration, we're able to combine the license plate recognition data from Spot AI with transactional and customer data from Rinsed to better segment your customers and develop customized marketing for your retail audiences. So some of the benefits you'll identify here is audience expansion. So combining the LPR with our data allows our car washes to expand their marketable audience and really refine marketing campaigns to better convert retail customers. Also, advanced campaign strategies. So now you'll be able to easily run effective retail loyalty and win-back campaigns, which will be really impactful. The next thing is enhanced customer insights. So we'll be able to offer a richer data set for better understanding customer behaviors as well. And lastly, improved customer tracking. So for car washes already using LPR, integrating Spot AI is going to provide additional data layers for better long-term tracking of retail customers' activities, actually independent of payment method changes. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the time over to Gabe and Sammy from the Rinse team, and they'll be able to walk you folks through the Rinse dashboard and how this is really going to benefit you folks.
Hey, thank you so much, David. Really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I just wanted to touch on a few quick technical parts about the integration before walking through the dashboard that'll be made available to all of the Rinse customers and Spot AI customers that set up this integration. So one thing to mention is that the real value of this integration is enriching your existing retail data with the license plate data that we see coming through the Spot AI system. So if you're a car wash that's not using LPR, you're just collecting, retail wash payment methods in the driveway, that's a great way to collect retail information. But people can change their payment method. They might get a new credit card or, have a family member come in. With the additional layer of the Spot AI license plates that are coming in, we can match those up against the point of sale. We'll use kind of a rolling time window to see when the license plate comes through the driveway and when the transaction happens in the point of sale. And we'll be able to use that to match those two things together to enhance or enrich the retail customer profile within Rinsed. So we're really excited about that possibility. The other thing to mention here is that to get this set up technically, really what you'll need to do is ask your customer success manager for a Spot AI API key. And using that API key, you'll be able to pull the data out of Spot AI into Rinse and set up your integration. So with that all being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to show you what the actual dashboard will look like when you've set that up within Rinsed. So what we have here at the top is a section where we'll show you the total number of license plates that we've mapped to the transactions that you have in your point of sale. All of this is just test data. So we're going to show you the test data to give you a sense for what is going on when you set up your dashboard. So we have, over 1,800 plates in our sample that have been matched to a transaction in the point of sale. And then we'll break that down by the membership type. So did we match the plate to a member or a retail customer that's coming through your wash? We'll also show you the plates that are matched to the transactions in the point of sale by month. So you can see here in our test database, we have the majority of the matches occurring last fall. And I think one big thing that we really want to highlight is that this matching and enriching process is really helpful just for tracking of information, but it'll be most actionable when you have contact information attached to these retail washers. So I'm really excited for Sammy to walk through with you how to best get that contact information for retail washers. And we'll go ahead and report on that here. So, let's say we've been able to match up license plate ABC with a certain payment method in your point of sale 123. And we've also been able to capture the phone number for that person. Then we'll be able to message them and actually reach out to them and get them into our retail loyalty campaign program, which is the best way to convert these people into members. Finally, we'll show you a breakdown of how many transactions you've been able to match between the Spot AI system and your point of sale by location. In our example, we only have one location, but we know that many people will be using these cameras at multiple locations, and we'll want to give you the opportunity to check the efficiency of this program across multiple locations. Awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Sammy, as she's going to focus especially on this piece where we're talking about the number of emails and phone numbers you're able to collect for retail washers, because that's going to be the key in making these programs the most efficient they can be.
Thanks, Gabe. Yeah, so gonna dive in now to the how-to with being able to contact, customers that we have within Rinsed. So just to call out, as Gabe mentioned, so the integration between Spot AI and Rinsed only gives us the license plate data. So it is super important that we build up that contact information collection so that we can then pair the license plate data with the contact information. So that's where we can come in and create some really effective campaigns. So one of the most successful methods that we've seen work super well is retail loyalty. So the idea is that a customer gives you their phone number just one time, so they only have to enter it once, and then we'll be able to track when they come in based on their license plate, and then be able to hit them with messages. So saying like, okay, it's a 4-wash retail loyalty program. So every time they come in, it says, oh, you're closer to getting your free wash, and I will walk you through how to set that up today. So, talk to your CSM at Rinsed for more in-depth conversations around how to collect contact information. But depending on point of sale, it's either going to be from the XPT or through setting up a contact form through Rinsed, where we'll then collect their information and then start tracking. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can talk a little bit more about how to set up that retail loyalty campaign. All right, so you can see in here, so just to call out, I'm not sure how many of you were on our other webinar on our campaign message templates, but we now are able to put these standard templates in your Rinsed instance. So all you need to do is reach out to your CSM, ask them to get those templates added. I know a bunch of our customers have reached out already, which is great. But if you want these retail messages as well as other campaign messages added to your account, you could just reach out. So you can see here, this is just under marketing campaign messages. And you can see this is a retail loyalty drip campaign. So how this works is each time a customer comes in, we're sending them a new message. Now, the goal with this one is they come in 4 times and then their next wash is going to be free. So that incentive of giving that free wash is super helpful to get people, bought in, and we see really, really good success there. So you can see here, we already set up all of the audiences. So 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4. So if I click into this first one, you'll see the audience is preset, but again, so important to collect those phone numbers, because if we just have the license plate data of these customers, we're not actually able to contact them after they come in. So this is the body. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with our text message editor, but you can change this to whatever you want it to say. This is just our generic one, but again, you can update this language and it will say like, you're 1 step closer towards your free wash, just 3 more visits to go. We look forward to seeing you again soon. So if I go back out, so it's similar language for the second, third, and then on the 4th one, it lets them know that, okay, now you've done 4 washes, which means your next one is free. And you just have to work with us to easily get those voucher codes into Rinse, which you can request from your point of sale. Again, your CSM can walk you through this process, but then you're able to then just send out that free wash. And we've seen really, really good engagement and retention with these offers. So definitely a really great unlock to work with retail customers. But again, just want to reiterate that it is so important to collect that contact information, or else we are not able to, really reach out to them and get them in this loyalty program. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah for the Q&A.
Thanks, Sammy and Gabe, for going over the Rinse platform and how this integration looks within it. We're excited now to move on to the Q&A. We'll ask David and Julie to come onto stage as well to help answer some of the great questions that have come through. We'll work to answer most of the questions, but if we don't get to your question, know that we will reach out within the next day or so in response to those questions. So to start off, Peter Cooper asks, how does this differ from DRB current LPR offering? Gabe, do you want to provide some insight there?
Yeah, happy to. So DRB and some of the other point of sales as well will offer a native license plate reader offering that does attach the license plate on a given transaction to the payment method and other information about the car that comes through. I think one of the biggest unlocks for this integration is helping car washes that don't currently use LPR tech. Because those are the car washes that aren't seeing license plates come through and may not be able to fully capture the information about a retail customer. That being said, if you are a customer that's already using LPR, this can be just yet another way to kind of like validate the plates that are coming through and serve as kind of like another point that we can add into our overall retail profile. But for the point of sale LPR offerings, those are great as well. And those will work to help collect more retail information about customers. This integration is all about providing kind of another layer on top of that, and especially providing cameras at different places within the driveway.
Thanks, Gabe, for answering that question. I actually feel like the next question is pretty applicable for your role as well. Miguel asked, through this process, what % of retail contacts do you expect to drive to membership purchases? I appreciate Tyler from Slaughter from Camel saying that for them at their wash, they see 17%. Camel Car Wash currently has this integration in place as well. But Gabe, do you have more insight into kind of generally this process?
Yeah. So is the question, what percentage of retail customers can we expect to convert into members? Just want to make sure I understand.
Yes, that's what it looks to be. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, that can really vary depending on the type of offer that you're giving to people. So if you offer retail customers a free wash or a reduced membership, maybe a refer a friend program, that can bump those numbers up a bit. But I think, it also depends kind of how long of a time horizon you're looking at. But yeah, I think somewhere from being able to convert somewhere from like 5 to 20% of those retail customers to members, I think would look like a successful campaign, kind of mirroring the like standard retail conversion that you would see in the driveway.
Awesome. Thank you. Miguel did a follow-up question to that on if we have any data around the average time period it takes for a retail customer to reach their fourth wash.
Yeah, that's a great question. We've just been looking at this data recently, and we've been seeing that retail customers are watching, about half of a time per month to once per month. So once every 2 months to once a month. So I would expect a retail customer to hit their fourth wash in somewhere between like 4 to 6 months on average. That could change based on your kind of geographic area, density, and offerings. But I would expect on average retail customers to be coming in again, like once every 2 months to once every month on average.
Great. Thank you, Gabe. Chris Blazin asks, can we match up the type of watch they normally purchase with the wash we send out?
I can take this one. I know this has been a request from a bunch of customers. And I think, to Gabe's point, we are kind of building out our analytics and tracking around retail washes. So I think this, what will be a capability one day. Today, we can't do that. But I think down the road, that is something we'll be able to explore.
Thanks, Sammy. All right. Greg asks, can we also track other services using Spot AI, like vacuum use for members or retails? LPR at each of the vacuum booms is not cost efficient and would like to track usage and other metrics to optimize.
Yeah, that's a good one. I may defer here to Julie on this one. We don't see that kind of like vacuum data come through the point of sale. So I don't think there's anything we'd be able to match there. But I think, Julie, you might be more familiar with the type of behaviors you could track using your Spot AI cameras.
Yeah, so we have a lot of events that we already detect. But for the ones that are more specific, like using a vacuum, we'll either build that out in-house, or you can use our Spot Connect to create any integration you want. So if there's a way that you can pull that data using our API, we provide a way for you to use Spot Connect to build it out yourself, or we can connect you with a third party that will build that for you. Or you can go to our integrations page and leave suggestions there. And if we get enough interest in like a certain event or a certain integration, we will add that to our roadmap ourselves.
Thanks, Julie, for answering that. Within the questions section, Daniel Lopez asks, would it recognize former members and members as well?
It would, yeah. So as long as we have a record of the transaction, the point of sale, including members and former members, this integration is also a great way to layer on license plate data for those individuals. So if you're a car wash that is just using RFID tags and is not aware of the license plate necessarily of your members, this integration can allow you to layer that on. And the real beauty there is, let's say this is a person who churns out of their membership, but then returns to the car wash as a retail customer in a few months. If we still have their phone number on record, we can get them right back into this kind of like loyalty program, hopefully moving them towards rejoining and becoming a member once again.
Thanks, Gabe. I believe this next question actually will probably be in your wheelhouse as well, in terms of what % of retail customers sign up for a loyalty program. Do you have any insight on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. In terms of signing up for a loyalty program, I think part of the value of Rinsed is if we have your contact info collected, we can kind of add you to a loyalty program without the customer needing to sign up necessarily. So of course, we're not going to text them unless we've gotten permission and things of that nature, but we can text them that they've begun their journey, towards a free wash, kind of in the flow that Sammy mentioned. So in terms of signing up for a loyalty program, I don't think that's necessarily something that we track today, since the real kickoff of a loyalty program, as we've set it up right now, is just getting your phone number kind of on the record and being able to message that person.
Gotcha. Thanks, Gabe. We'll go ahead. It looks like we just have a couple more questions, so we'll wrap up. If you have any more, feel free to put them in the chat. There are a couple of questions about collecting the customer contact information. Sammy, could you maybe provide more clarity on best ways to collect customer contact info on ICS, and if there are ways to capture these retail phone numbers without an XPT?
Yes. So as I mentioned, it is nuanced per point of sale. So I definitely recommend reaching out to your CSM at Rinse to talk further through this. With ICS and with DRB non-XPT, we can use a rinsed contact form. So there are some nuances there, like you need to be using LPR or Spot AI to be, tying those license plates to the contact phone numbers. But the best way would be to use that rinsed hosted version of the form, and just having, either your attendants at the wash with the pad to have people sign up there, or a QR code that links to that contact form so that they're able to sign up that way as well. That's going to be the best way to collect them if you're not doing it through the XPT. Thanks, Sammy. Yeah, we've seen a lot of success within those QR codes and sending it onto the rinse forms. All right, a couple more questions that have just come through.
what is the minimum amount of data you need from the point of sale to match with the LPR record? Gabe, do you have this one?
Yeah, that's a great question. So as I mentioned, we want to be sure that we're making a good match between the LPR record that we're seeing from Spot AI as well as the transaction data and the point of sale. So we have kind of a matching algorithm, but typically speaking, it helps to see either the retail washer or the member come through multiple times. That way we can be really sure that the plate that we're seeing matches up with them and isn't just kind of a random overlap. Another thing that we'll look for is periods where it's very quiet at the wash. And so if you only have one plate going through and one transaction at the point of sale, you can match those up pretty easily. So you don't need any special information that isn't already contained in your point of sale database that Rinsed is connected to. But over the course of time, typically being able to see washers come through multiple times allows our matching process to work the best, because then we can be really sure that we're not matching people kind of accidentally. And we want to make sure that we're messaging people after the behavior that they've actually done.
Thanks, Gabe. Chris asks how many average visits to retail customers visit before converting to membership. This is actually a question that arose in one of the last webinars that we had, and our data team took on that and found that it takes about 4 to 5 visits on average for a retail washer to become a member. Gabe, do you have any further insight within that?
No, yeah, I think you captured it well. Obviously, again, this will depend on kind of your offerings, but we see that retail customers take about 4 to 5 visits to convert into a member. And that process, again, with them washing once every couple months to once a month, will take 4 to 6 months on average for that retail customer to convert into a member. So it can be somewhat of a long game. But we see that the lifetime values for members are so much higher than for retail washers, typically like 8 times the lifetime value on average, that it is worth kind of playing this long game, kind of courting your retail customers and eventually using your value and quality of your wash to convert them into a member.
Amazing. Thanks, Gabe. And we'll just do this last quick question here from Richard. He's asking, how are the offers delivered to the retail customers? And they are delivered via text message. They could also be delivered via email. Both of those capabilities are possible.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, Sarah, just to cover Richard and Nicole's questions, the offers are delivered that way. However, like the methods of retail phone collection, as I said, they are nuanced depending on point of sale. So for Sunny's, there is a way to do it at the pay station. You can also use a rinsed contact form. So again, just recommend talking through that with your CSM. And to Richard's point, collecting the information is through either the contact form or through the XPT, and then we'll send the offers out via text message.
Thanks, Sammy. Well, we appreciate all of the questions that have come through. If you are a current Rinse or Spot AI customer, feel free to reach out to your CSM on the Rinse side as well as on the Spot AI side to get your further questions answered, as we're here to be able to help you. If you would like more information about any of our products or this integration and are not yet a customer, feel free to reach out on our website. Eli, I'll turn the time over to you for a little bit more on that end.
Yeah, just give a couple of closing notes here. So number one, really appreciate you all joining us today, engaging here with us and asking questions. So just appreciate you showing up. Again, feel free to reach out to your CSM either at Spot AI or at Rinsed if you're looking to set up that integration, if you're a customer of both. And then also, if you're not a customer of Spot or you're not a customer of Rinsed and you're looking to explore this integration more, you're looking to explore the other CRM functionality of Rinsed more or the other functionality of Spot, then I'd recommend that you schedule some time with our team. So I'll just put up on the screen kind of the next steps on that front if you're not already a customer of both. So on the left, that's how you schedule a meeting most easily with our team, bit.ly/Spot AI webinar meeting. And then on the Rinse side, you can just find their contact information right there on their website, rinse.co. So again, really appreciate you all joining us. If you have additional questions, our CSMs are here for you. We'll be sending out the recording within the next day or so. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you all for being here.